Good afternoon, everyone. I am Sharmishta Bhatt, and along with me is my colleague Nayan Pawa. We both are members of Admissions Committee at IMT Ghaziabad. We are excited to welcome you all to this insightful webinar where our esteemed panelists will share valuable information about the IMT Common Admissions process.
Institute of Management Technology, IMT, is a leading management school in India. An AACSB accredited PGDM college, IMT offers a range of postgraduate programs, including PGDM, PGDM Marketing, PGDM BFS, and PGDM DCP. IMT has been consistently ranked among the top business schools in India.
So now a little introduction about our panelists. First, we have Dr. Harvinder Singh. He is the admissions chairperson for IMT Ghaziabad and a professor in marketing. He has been a part of the education fraternity for more than 23 years. We are excited to hear Sir's valuable insights on today's talk. Next, we have Dr. Jasbir Singh Mathari. He is an associate professor of finance at IMT Nagpur. With 18 years of experience in academia and industry, his expertise lies in the areas of stock market efficiency and behavioral finance. We are honored to have him here today and look forward to hearing his perspective. Our next distinguished speaker is Dr. Pawan Kumar Balivar. He is the assistant professor and area chairperson in OBHR at IMT Hyderabad. Dr. Kumar brings over a decade of experience in academia and consultancy. We are honored to have him here today and are eager to learn from his insights. Also, we also encourage everyone to ask their questions on the YouTube live chat. Our panelists will be happy to address. Now I'll be handing it over to Dr. Harvind.
Good afternoon, everyone. Me and my colleagues from the two campuses are here to interact with you over a very important agenda. And the agenda is to give you an overview of admission process as we unfold it, roll it out for you today. Let me share my presentation. Well, I hope it's visible to all. Okay, fine. So I formally begin my presentation. Good afternoon once again. I thank all of you for sparing time and being a part of this session. So the structure is, of course, I'll talk about common admission process. Admission process for IMT campuses is common, so I'll talk about that. And at the end of my time, I'll talk a bit about IMT Ghaziabad, which is the oldest campus. So we are IMT family, and our family comprises of 4 campuses. We started 43 years back with a single campus in Ghaziabad and the campus I represent. But over the years, we are realizing the need for management education across India. We opened campuses starting with Nagpur, then we opened our international campus in Dubai, and then we have our youngest campus in the happening city of Hyderabad. So today, first half of this talk is about the common process for all campuses. Fine. So we are IMT group, which is basically a pioneer in education in the sense we started as early as 1980. And at the time when India was actually in a very primitive stage of economic development, our promoters understood the significance of technology in shaping impactful management practices. And that's why the name has technology inbuilt in it. And of course, we have 4 campuses, as I mentioned earlier. All 4 campuses are very well located, amazing infrastructure. Okay. So 44 years of legacy is what we normally talk about. And see, the Ghaziabad campus is 44 years old, but yes, IMT family as such shares a very common values, common genes. So all campuses actually take pride in being part of a brand that is 44 years old. Now let's come to the admission process. So if you last month we started our admission process in the sense our admission application form went live. We have been receiving wonderful response from students. Let's talk about the eligibility criteria for getting into IMT campuses. So the intake requirements are specified by Government of India, AICTE, and as per AICTE, anyone who has a bachelor's degree with minimum 50% marks in aggregate is eligible. For the purpose of the next level of filter, we have a qualifying exam. So IMT campuses, all 3 of us, except CAT and ZAT and GMAT scores, correct? So CAT and ZAT is conducted once in a year, GMAT multiple frequencies, but then we take scores for between 2021 and 2025, right? All three campuses accept these three scores. However, for a few seats, for a part of its capacity, IMT Nagpur also accepts CMAT scores, but of course, CMAT cutoffs are exceptionally high for Nagpur campus. We'll share about these as we move further. Now, unlike international campuses where MBA is meant for experienced people in India, as per AICTE, experience is not mandatory for getting into an MBA program. So it means even freshers in India can do an MBA, unlike international programs. To the extent that if you are appearing for your final year of graduation, you can still apply and be a part of the admission process. Fine. And when we talk about this process, it is important because we have one process. So by signing up for one application form, you have claim over all three campuses: Ghaziabad, Nagpur, Hyderabad, and all programs. For example, we have 5 programs here. We have, I think, a range of programs in Nagpur and Hyderabad also. A single application form gives you access to 3 campuses and multiple programs at these locations. That is why it is important to be attentive and fill the form carefully and attentively. Now, so we have a common application form for 3 campuses, as I mentioned earlier. If you want to apply online, first you need to go to our website and register first. So registration basically takes in some basic information about you, like your name, phone number, email ID. Once you are registered, you are eligible to fill the online application form. It is a detailed document. It will seek information about your particulars, your personal information, academic information, experience information, and the others. Once that is done, you can make payment and the application is frozen. Now here, remember one more thing. At this stage, right now, we only have application form, which expects you to feed inputs data. But the data must be supported by evidence. For example, if you claim that you have a certain percentage in 10th, 12th, or graduation, at a later stage, you would need to submit evidence, upload evidence. Fine. And for that, we generally open a PD form, profile detail form. That PD form will be live hopefully within the next 24 hours. So once the application form is completed, you get some time to upload the documents or the evidence on PD form, correct? But that's a later deadline, fine. This application form, you can fill it till November 21st. Remember, November 24th is the CAT deadline. We do not want to pester you, distract you just before your CAT. So we close our application form by 21st of November. So in case you are aiming for any of the IMT campuses, make sure. So you have actually 1 month left. Today is 22nd of October. 21st of November, the application form closes. Now, once you have filled in the application form, and we also presume that you fulfill the PD form also by uploading all the required evidences or documents, we move on to the selection process. But before, and selection actually refers to a process involving personal interaction, personal interviews. But before that, you have another stage to clear. And remember, IMT every year gets thousands of applications, right? Thousands of applications. And we cannot interview all the people. So what we do is we apply. So once your data and your evidences are received, we apply a certain filter because we have a predetermined number of people to be interviewed. We know we cannot interview more than a certain number of people. And if there are more people who qualify for interview, we have to apply a shortlisting criteria. And that shortlisting criteria will be in terms of your academic background. Of course, we will give preference to people who have got a really good academic background. And we, of course, have cutoff scores for CAT. So three campuses have different cutoffs. It can vary from year to year. For example, last year, if I talk about IMT Ghaziabad, for when we had a cutoff of 93, fine. So it may vary this year also, fine. It may go up, it may go down, depending upon the total number of applications we receive. So the shortlisted candidates will be invited for personal interview. So please make sure that you feed in all the required information, upload things, because your lack of data can also be a reason for not getting shortlisted. For example, if we have to shortlist you on the basis of these two parameters, and this one of these information is not available or incomplete, then your chances of getting shortlisted get weaker. Fine. Please be attentive. Application form and profile detail form, PD form, fill them with utmost care. Those who are shortlisted will be invited to a physical location for personal interview. However, that day we conduct two things. Immediately after you report to the campus, we of course register you and all that. We take a critical thinking test. It's a small test. Maximum duration is about anything between 15 minutes to 30 minutes, depending upon how we executed that day. We give you a small situation that you need to read, and you're supposed to respond to it. Fine. Of course, in writing, it's a paper pen kind of thing. You can't simply type, you have to write. That critical thinking test is evaluated by the panel of experts, and the same panel interviews you also. So first you do critical thinking test, then you appear for the interview before a panel of IMT faculty members. Fine. So the same panel interviews you, the same panel evaluates the critical thinking test. Scores of both these components are fed in the system on a real-time basis. Eventually, when we talk of final selection, the selection depends on multiple criteria. For example, we look at your academic performance, and its weightage is 25%. We also look at your CAT GMAT score. Its weightage is 35%. This year, weightage of your qualifying score, CAT ZAT GMAT, is 35%. Work experience, so you may apply even without an experience, but if you have experience, you get a benefit in the sense that 10% weightage goes to work experience, and your performance in the personal interview carries 30% weightage. So overall, it's a score out of 100. There are 14 locations this year. We had the similar locations, but this year we have added Indore and Kochi as two different locations. When we say you fill your applications as quickly as possible, as early as possible, it is because we do not have, we have a cap on total number of people we can interview. And we also have limitations in terms of maximum number of people that a single location can handle. For example, there are locations, I mean, apart from Ghaziabad, Nagpur, and Hyderabad, we actually hire locations, fine? So there are educational institutions or commercial places. And at these locations, there are infrastructural constraints. As a result, there might be a cap on number of people we can interview at some locations. So the earlier you fill, better it is. Normally, we ask for more than one options for your interview location. We would love to give you your first preference. But in case you're late in filling the form and the first preference quota has actually been filled for that location, you may get your second preference. And there could be a very unfortunate situation where you are at the end of the queue. By the time your turn comes, we start processing your case. By that time, even your second preference is gone. So, I mean, we have to give you something where we have spare capacity available. So long and short of the whole story is, if you want a interview location of your choice, please make sure you fill in the form as early as possible. Okay. With this, I complete my conversation on admission process. So I would repeat 2-3 things. Application form is on. Please fill it as quickly as possible. Profile detail form would be live within next 24 hours. Please upload the requested evidences or documents. Fine. There will be shortlisting based on your academic background, performance, and your CAT score. CAT, ZAT, GMAT. Fine. Cutoffs may vary from year to year, but I've given you a hint of what happened last year. The last date for filling the application form, the common admission form for IMT campuses is 21st of November. There will be 14 locations, but if you want a location of your choice, make sure you fill the form as quickly, as early as possible. Fine. With this, I move on to the next segment, which is basically a conversation about my own campus, which is IMT Ghaziabad. So I think it's actually a repetition. IMT Ghaziabad was established in 1980, and we are talking of a time when the economy was still not open, and we had a handful of business schools in India. IMT happens to be one of those. Uh, Ranking wise, I'll give you more details later. Over the years, IMT Ghaziabad, my campus, has been consistently ranked uh, very high in all annual surveys. Apart from that, we have also got accreditation by renowned agencies in India and abroad. For example, in India, NBA has ranked us very high. Internationally, ASESB and SACS have ranked us, accredited us, fine. For example, ASESB is the leading accreditation agency of the world. Only a handful of business schools in India are accredited by ASESB. IMT, if I remember well, was fourth Indian B school to get accredited way back in 2000, I believe it was 16, correct? When we talk of IMT Ghaziabad, we take pride in the fact that more than 15,000 IMT students are working in the industry. And that's a tremendous network. Very few institutions can boast of such a wide network. And see, it's not only the number. If we talk about the uh, quality or content of it, more than 4,300 C-suite executives, because we are, I mean, 40 years old, fine, more than 40 years old. So students of our earlier batches, 10, 15, 20, 25 years back, they've actually reached very senior positions, leadership positions in the industry. Apart from that, we also encourage and support entrepreneurship. And we have IMT students, more than 2,400 are entrepreneurs who are actually creating value, creating jobs. They are job givers, not job seekers. Why? Uh, Being international is a part of our existence, but then we also uh, add value to our students' life by putting them across some of the best institutions in the world by way of international partnership. So we have very robust, very strong international student and faculty exchange programs. In fact, we have 55 international partners. Almost all of them are top ranked institutions in the world. Now, all this makes sense only if students in the classroom gain what they actually want to. And for that, IMT Ghaziabad uses a very robust pedagogy, uh, which is holistic. Holistic in the sense, in IMT Ghaziabad, learning is not confined to classrooms. In fact, in our classes, when we discuss content, the content is structured in such a way that your projects, assignments, and tasks require you to work beyond classroom, work with other people, move out in the field, interact with industry, alums, and others, so that you are busy around the clock. So there's a quotation statement says IMT never sleeps, and IMT never sleeps simply because there's so much work to do beyond classroom in IMT Ghaziabad that students actually make sleep their second or third preference. And our curriculum is regularly updated. So we have advisory panels comprising of experts from industry and professors from leading business schools in India. Every year we carry out an activity process through which we drop the deadwood, we remove the redundant part, and we add new themes. So themes as new as blockchain, quick commerce. I mean, all these are a part of the courses that we teach in IMT Ghaziabad. Right? Talking more about rankings, as I mentioned earlier, uh, I said we are ranked among top in almost all rankings. I will specifically talk about three global rankings. So Financial Times does ranking of masters in management programs. This year, uh, we are ranked third globally in terms of gender diverse faculty. And we are third in India in terms of carbon footprint. A QS World ranking is again a very prominent, respected ranking in the world. And our PGDM, which we call core, that program is ranked in the 151 plus band, means ranked between 150 and 200. That's a band. Masters in, and I'm talking of world, across the world. Our PGDM marketing is in the band 101 plus, between 101 and 150. And Masters in Finance program, which is PGDM Banking and Finance, which is a new program. In fact, it's our youngest program, and it still comes under 151 plus band. In fact, in Bloomberg rankings also, our performance has been humongous. For example, as a business school, we are 8th overall in Asia Pacific. In terms of compensation, we are 7th. In terms of networking, I talked about more than 15,000 alums, fine. So in terms of networking, we are 7th in Asia Pacific among all business schools. Coming to the programs that you want to get into. So we have 5 programs. If you read the slide, first 3 programs, PGDM, PGDM Marketing, and PGDM Financial Management form one basket. These 3 programs are basically on the same platform. So their curriculum and the courses are actually, architecture is similar. The only difference is PGDM Marketing and PGDM Financial Management courses mean if you get into these two, your specialization is predetermined. So if you are admitted to PGDM Marketing, you can specialize only in marketing. And if you get into PGDM Financial Management, you can specialize only in finance, fine, or financial management. However, PGDM, the first one, is a flexible program. So at the end of first year, PGDM students have the option of specializing either in marketing or finance or HRM or operations. Apart from that, everything is same. So someone who does PGDM marketing and marketing specialization in PGDM would actually do same thing, same architecture, same courses, same classes, same faculty. Fine. PGDM, the first one, gives you flexibility. PGDM dual country program is our very prominent program in the sense that it is a program that is spread over 2 countries and 2 campuses. This is our international program. So students come, they join, do term 1 in IMT Ghaziabad along with the other program people. In term 2 onwards, they move, they fly to Dubai. We have a world-class campus in Dubai, which is called IMT Dubai. So you spend your term 2, term 3 there, you do your internship there, you do your term 4 over there, which is first term of second year. Then many students actually develop contacts, links, they get their job offer as they did very well in internship. If that happens, well and good. If that doesn't happen, they come back to IMT Ghaziabad, term 5, term 6. They do their courses in Ghaziabad and be a part of the placement process with other people in term 5 and term 6. Fine. So that's about this course. The architecture of this course is different from the first 3. Fine. Similarly, PGDM Banking and Finance is a sector-specific course with very specialized inputs in the field of banking and financial services. This is a 2-year program. Both the years happen in Ghaziabad. The contents are specifically curated in partnership with an international business school. Deliveries by IMT faculty who are really renowned in the field of banking and financial services. And your career options are in Ghaziabad because you are in Ghaziabad campus both the years. But its architecture is also very unique, very specific, unlike PGDM Financial Management, which is basically kind of a common architecture for first 3 programs. Now, these 5 programs basically talk about your major specialization, but if you talk about first 3 programs, they also give you an option of doing a minor specialization. We call them tracks. For example, if you're doing your major specialization in operations or in finance, you can do a minor in marketing management. Or if you're a marketing major, you can do your financial management minor. Then operations, information systems, business analytics, strategy, innovation and entrepreneurship, economic environment and policy, and human resource management. These four are, these 8 tracks are available. Fine. When we say 8 tracks, these are 8 possibilities for options for a minor specialization. Fine. So our intention has been to do a holistic development orientation. Fine. And when we talk about our curriculum, we have a mix of, I gave you a hint about it earlier. We talk of classroom, we do simulations, we have field-based courses. The intention is to expose you to all possible exposures relating to working of the industry that makes you a well-rounded personality. Now, IMT Ghaziabad has been trying very hard to improve the profile of its students. Every year we get better students, but then of course we would want still better students. So we are working on 2 parameters. One is gender diversity. Uh, so just to ensure that we have a higher proportion of female students, we have scholarship for female candidates. So any girl, any female who gets selected for an IMT Ghaziabad program gets 25% scholarship on the academic fee. And imagine this drastically changes the return on investment, if I may say so. Fine. Your academic fee, and see, unlike many other campuses who would actually compromise on the merit part by giving additional marks, we do not give additional marks. The females, girls have to compete at par with males when it comes to making a place in the merit list. Once they find a place in the merit list, once they are offered a seat, then they are given 25% scholarship on the academic fee component. But then it doesn't mean that we are not concerned about the uh, uh, females. So the males, sorry. So males get 25% scholarship if they are having more than 98% percentile in CAT and ZAT, and more than 695 score in GMAT. So boys who have got a very high CAT, ZAT, GMAT performance, they also get a similar discount, 25% off on academic fee. I think for females, we give 30% if they get more than 98%. So imagine a girl who gets more than 98% in CAT has 2 options. She gets 25% on academic fee, or she can get 30% on based on her CAT performance. Of course, only one of these would be available, correct? Career wise, I know all of you get into a business school because you're concerned about career, and we do assure safe career. You are in safe hands. For example, if you talk of the outgoing batch, average CTC for the batch was 17,20,000, 17.2 lakhs. Median was 15.86. Highest was 62. However, if you are among top 10%, then your number moves to 29.43. If you are in top 20% of the batch, the package is more than 25 lakhs. So we have a network of alumni. We have a network of recruiters. Every year we invite close to 200 companies on campus for recruitment. Each year we keep on changing the profile. We constantly look for newer sectors, newer industries, newer companies, better roles, and of course better packages. As a result, there's a churn every year, and the profile of recruiters keeps on going up year after year. And just to give you a hint of the recruiters, you can look at the slide. Of course, all these are very leading, common, prominent names. This is a very short list. Fine. If I count it 6 into 424, we invite close to 200 companies every year. So this is not the exhaustive list. It's purely suggestive. Fine. With this, I complete my conversation and I hand it over to my colleague, Professor Jaspir Singh Matharu from IMT Nagpur. Over to you, Professor.
Thank you, Dr. Ravinder. I'll share my screen.
Sir.
Is the screen visible?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Right. So let's, okay. Welcome everybody uh, to this sharing of information by different campuses. I'm from IMT Nagpur, Professor Jasbir Singh Matharu. I'm heading admissions here. So I'll just take you through a few slides about IMT Nagpur. And this is the campus, and lush green campus, 30 kilometers away from the city. It is established in 2004, so almost 20 years now. So become quite strong in terms of understanding things that are required for our academics and for the students, etc. So possible facilities and amenities on the campus. Quick idea about and Britishers had named it as a geographical center of India. It's not exactly the center at the moment, but that time they had done this, and so there is a zero milestone where the kilometers across north, south, and east and west are started. They start from Nagpur only, right? And the country, the city is growing, and a lot of investments are coming to the city, and there is a particular special economic zone called Mihan, where a lot of companies have been invited to kind of open up their offices. In terms of rankings and accreditations, you can see that different rankings are mentioned here. The education world has ranked as 18th in Indian B School ranking. We also, like other campuses, we also have the accreditations. We also have that SAQS Professor Harvinder was talking about. So you can see that AMDSA mentioned there. Give the SAQS accreditation. And also, we have the equivalence to our PGDM programs as an MBA through Association of Indian Universities. And we are AACSB, we are in the process of getting that accreditation probably very soon, right? At the moment, we are in the last stages of it. There's some glimpses of the campus. These are the lecture rooms. I'll take you through some pictures here. This is the library, canteen in the mess. This is a lab, and of course, we also have a Bloomberg terminal. We also have medical facilities, 24/7. Doctor is available, and with an ambulance. This is a gymnasium, outdoor and indoor. Okay. Now, facilities. Let me just talk about the different programs that we have. So we have this PGDM, PGDM Financial Management, and PGDM Marketing. Now, PGDM is the program where you learn the same things as in the first year for all the three different programs. The choice that you get in the second year for your electives is open, right? Unlike financial management and marketing, where you are designated as a finance person and a marketing person, in PGDM, you get the flexibility of choosing your electives. And if you have taken up PGDM financial management, that means you will be majoring in finance. If you have taken up PGDM marketing, you will be majoring in marketing. And we have specializations that you can explore. So, of course, finance, operations, marketing, BA, and IT, economics, HR, and OB, all the possible choices are available here, right? So, depending upon your requirements, your interest in your, what you want to do in your future, you'll be able to choose. Then, so also to add that we also have this international student exchange program where we have partnerships with about 28 universities across the world, right? And of course, when you are going to through an exchange program. And typically this exchange program happens in the January to March trimester. So we have a trimester system. So that trimester, typically in the first year, which is the third term, you'll be allowed to go there. Of course, you will not pay any tuition fee there, but you'll be paying the tuition fee as usual at IMT. But you'll be studying there, but the other expenses will be borne by you. So there are so many, and these are some latest photographs. I mean, this year the students had gone, and so they have sent us some pictures. So we just thought we should show it to you. Apart from that, an understanding about the campus life, a student-driven campus, how do we say that? Is that there are so many committees that we have that, where you manage so many different things like placement to admissions to, interaction with the corporates to alumni, etc., international relations. For all, there are so many different committees, and there are other committees if you are wanting to go for, sports, gym, etc. There are forums, finance, operations, and different clubs. If you are into photography, etc., and there are different student benches on the campus, and we organize some, flagship events. These are milestone 35, alumni meet, and voyage. So these are kind of so a lot of activity planned for you if you want to engage yourself. But of course, you also have to look into your academics. And a quick idea about the scholarships that are available. Typically, if you are above in CAT or ZAT, we will provide you a scholarship of 40% on the academic fees component. And also to increase gender diversity, all female candidates get a 20% scholarship on the academic fees component. And some of you who are, under that economically weaker section, so as per the guidelines given by ACT, you will be provided a tuition fee waiver as well. So overall fees at the moment is 15 lakhs, including hostel and mess. And last year we had the highest package of 36.33 lakhs per annum. And of course, for the other details about placement, sometimes we'll have a special webinar on that, and we can then inform you about that as well. A lot of details will be shared. Thank you. That's all from my side. And then pass it over to IMT Hyderabad.
Thank you, sir. So, namaskar, everyone. Let me share IMT Hyderabad presentation deck. Give me a second. Is it visible now?
Yes,
No,
sir,
sir.
you are visible.
Yes,
Yes,
it's
sir.
visible
Now it's visible, sir.
Now
Is it? Okay. Once again, namaskar, everyone. IMT Hyderabad is the latest campus or the new campus from the IMT family, which started in 2011. And I'm very glad to know that, to tell you that IMT Hyderabad has gone leaps and leaps above in these 10 or 11 years of existence, where it is already known as one of the premier B schools in India. So if we look at some of the rankings, we are first private B school, first in the private B schools in Telangana. We are 7 among 72 private B schools. We are 15th among 80 government and private B schools. So consistently, we are ranked very high by some of the ranking agencies, even though we are, only 11 years into existence in the IMT family. And we are accredited uh, with SACS, NBA, and we are a member of AACSB. So our programs are equivalent to MBA, of course. So if I go further, IMT Hyderabad offers 5 distinct programs. PGTM is the flagship program where, as my colleague from other campuses already said, that the students who take PGTM course have the luxury of doing specialization in any of the 6 or 7 specializations that we offer. Apart from that, we also offer PGDM Finance and Marketing, where the students' first choice of specialization is finance or marketing, and then the second specialization they can choose from the tracks from various tracks that we provide. The special mention to the programs called PGTM Information Technology and PGTM Logistics and Supply Chain Management. These are the 2 new programs that we launched last year, and these are called industry track programs. Now, what do you mean by industry track program? So these are the programs which are being carefully curated by IMT Hyderabad and its MOU organizations. So the whole architecture of this program is that we have certain MOUs with various organizations, and they are partners or they partner with us in designing, delivering, and absorbing students, finally uh, into their organizations. So I would rather suggest the students to go to our website and look for detail about PGDM information technology and PGDM logistics and supply chain management. You would be intrigued and you would be surprised to know that this is the future of the MBA programs, in future. Um, So if I look at the various specializations that we offer, we offer these 6 tracks or specializations to the students of PGDM, where they can specialize in general management and strategic management, human resource management, marketing, analytics and information technology, finance and accounting, and operations management. But in the industry track programs that I spoke about, PGTM information technology and PGTM supply chain management, right from the first year, um, they 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 are exposed to the specialization of information technology and logistics and supply chain management. So they are right from the joining or the day one, they are called specialized students in information technology or logistics and supply chain management. So it is very interesting, to know. If you want in detail, please visit our website. And as you know, Hyderabad has a great locational advantage where it is ranked as the 3rd best green city in the world. It has also huge pharma and healthcare parks around Hyderabad where national and multinational companies have set up their factories and their labs, and there's a lot of job opportunity around these sectors. We are also aware that Hyderabad is the innovation city of India, where most of the startups and the innovation products come from the organizations or from the startups from Hyderabad. And nevertheless, Hyderabad is always known as the second Silicon City of India after Bengaluru, where there's a lot of opportunities for the students doing PGDM in information technology. The best part of IMT Hyderabad, for that matter, the whole IMT family, is the kind of effort that we put in on the students to make them industry ready. So right from the day one, our students, the IMT students, are they exceptionally do well in the organizations. And one of the reason for it is one-to-one mentoring that we do from the industry. So when the students join, from the second term itself, they are given an industry mentor from the organization, who basically um, they would be making the students aware of what happens in the organization, what are you studying, and how are they what are the practical implications of it in the organization, and certain certification courses that they need in future to get straight away into the organization, all those stuff. So it has been a good kind of mentorship for the students, and students have appreciated it like anything. We also do a global immersion program somewhere in the month of December and Jan, apart from the exchange program, of course, where the students, we select a theme, and on that theme, the renowned international speakers and academicians would talk on that particular theme, and the students will have a chance to do a small project work on that theme from our exchange or MOU universities with which our exchange program runs. So they can select a student from that university or from that place, and then they have to do this project in order to complete global immersion. And we've got a lot of cheer for this particular initiative from the students as well. So we've started this global immersion program during the COVID period, when the exchange program was stalled because of the restriction in the international travel. But now it has been resumed, but still we are continuing with both exchange program as well as the global immersion, because it has been a good initiative when we look from the lenses of the students. Our courses, the whole IMT, family, there, our courses are regularly revised and being updated. And we always have this academic boards consisting of the industry people and the renowned academicians from the top institutions. We all sit together, discuss on the latest happening in our areas, and then we basically include that in our curriculum, which basically updates this program to the uh, to the pace that the organizations go. And uh, with a great proud, I can tell you that all our courses in IMT Hyderabad have a component called practitioner session, where 20% of the sessions are being taken by the industry practitioner. And we have defined the practitioner as anyone who has spent more than a decade in that particular industry, and the area in which that person is going to, or the course in which that person is going to deliver. So this also has had a very good impact in terms of the industry connect that we boast of when we talk about IMT as a family. So we also, it is important for the students to also have certain practical skills along with the theoretical skills that they acquired from the classroom learning, for which, we have for all the three terms, in the first year, we have something called workshop courses where we, conduct these workshops on contemporary areas or skills which builds the which gives a hands-on experience for the students, to get them industry ready. So to give you an example, we have this Six Sigma workshop that goes on. We also do a workshop on personal branding. We also do workshop on people analytics. We also do workshop on time management. So all these, contemporary courses or skills are required for the students, which they cannot acquire through classroom sessions. So it's a workshop that is being run also by the industry people, by the renowned practitioners, industry practitioners, and they give insights on these skills for the students. We also have something called Distinguished Speaker Series, where we call upon the people or the industry practitioners of that particular area. For example, say we have a course called Portfolio Management, where we would call a distinguished practitioner, an industry practitioner, to talk about portfolio management. What is basically going on in the industry? What is the practice that goes on in the industry? Which gives a school for thought for the students who do a plethora of courses at IMT Hyderabad. We also do industry immersion. Our program also has a market, you can say a unique USP that IMT Hyderabad has, where we give an internship of 12 to 14 weeks, where in the market, if you see our competitors, they only give internship of 8 weeks. We give somewhere around 12 to 14 weeks of internship, which even the industry guys have appreciated it, because they said that the moment the students get acclimatized, their internship is gone, or their internship is done. But with this 3 months or 12 weeks to 14 weeks of internship, basically gives them a lot of time to have a good rapport with the industry mentor. And we have seen that even after internships, the students have a good, healthy relationship with the industry mentors, and they get constant feedback from the industry mentors about various updates that happen in their own areas. In IMT Hyderabad, we also believe in giving it back to the society. There's a lot of lot of social culture that is ingrained in IMT Hyderabad, where we also want our students to be socially responsible. That is one of our mission statement. So how do we make them socially responsible leaders? we do social immersion program where we take these students to our nearby villages, and for a span of around 3 months, they go to these schools in the on weekends to teach the school students some of the subjects in their own way, which students basically love, and they are so excited to see the management students coming to them and teach. And some of them, actually inspire these small kids, from the challenged areas to basically look after the education as one of the weapon to succeed in life. So that is one of the things that we do, and we have something called Pehel, as a social club, which does a lot of these kind of social activities where we call these small children from fifth class to the 10th class to come on weekends to the institute and access our labs. We teach them some programmings in the computer labs and things like that. And believe me, the amount of satisfaction that we get in helping the society is beyond explanation. I mean, it gives a sense of fulfillment to not only us but also our students. IMT also, sponsors some of the all the IMT Hyderabad students for some certification course. So we have this MOU with Coursera where, the students can take any two courses and complete the certification free of cost. So IMT Hyderabad, sponsors for it. And as I said, our curriculum is constantly updated from the industry guys and the renowned academicians. So always the courses are contemporary in nature, and we always give the contemporary domain input to our students. When it comes to placement, if you see last year's placement, there were more than 65 companies, 65 plus companies visited the campus with the highest package offered, highest package of 25.6, and the average was around 12.4 lakhs per annum. And if you see the top 10 offers, the average was 20.5, and for 2019.4, for top 50 17, and for top 100 was 14.5 lakhs per annum. If I show you the area wise performance in terms of placement, see the highest package was offered to the finance area, followed by the HR. And if you see the average package was also offered to the finance, and then the marketing, followed by IT analytics and HR. Now, if I talk about the current placements, the ongoing placements, we have already achieved the highest package of 30.3, offered, and our average right now is going somewhere at 15 lakhs per annum. As already been spoken about, the exchange programs that we have, that we offer to the students in the month of January to March or April, where we have some MOUs with 25 foreign universities, where our students go and complete some of the quota of credit that they can. And these are some of the collage of the campus life that the IMT Hyderabad students have. So that concludes my presentation on IMT Hyderabad, and I guess we have some questions. Are we open to some questions? Is it Harvinder sir? Over to you.
Yeah, well, moderators,
Yes, sir.
Sharmishta.
We have,
Uh, okay, Nayan. Yes, please.
yes, sir. We have few questions for you. The question is, how does the work explain rule in shortlisting?
Okay. So, one thing is clear, as per AICTE rules, uh, a work experience is not mandatory, correct? So, practically, work experience has no role to play in shortlisting because we cannot simply rule out a student because he or she does not have work experience. As per Indian laws, as per AICTE, freshers are eligible. So, that cannot be a parameter for rejection or not shortlisting. However, let me tell you one thing. When it comes to final selection, because there are 10 marks assigned, 10% weightage is given to experience. Those who have work experience will get those 10, 5 or whatever points. Freshers will have, of course, zero score in that. So it can have an impact in the overall selection in the final merit list. But at shortlisting stage, we don't do it.
Thank you, sir. So one more question for you. Is the cutoff for GMAT Classic and GMAT Focus Edition, is it same or is it
We are
changing?
using the same standard because eventually we'll end up having multiple permutations and combinations, correct? So it's the same cutoff for both.
Then one more question regarding to the WorkX related. Does the WorkX in family business, like we have a registered company, so will it be counted in the WorkX or not? And if it is counted, what are the documents that will be required?
See, when it comes to work experience, we have a detailed list of parameters, and a panel actually examines, on a case-to-case basis. So obviously, if you work within your own organization, it is viewed differently. If you work with a multinational or an Indian company, work for someone else, it's viewed differently. Fine. However, I would strongly suggest that you mention or speak about your experience of whatever kind. And I think when we talk of documents, we basically talk about annual reports, about the company's size. We all talk about salary slips, appointment letters, fine, all these things. Remember, uh, it is very important for you to claim and substantiate experience of any kind, because number one, you will be fighting for those 10 points. And even if that doesn't happen, suppose your quality or length of experience is insignificant, even then it gives the interviewers, the panel of experts, a starting point. For example, you're working in a family business, which is very interesting, or you're working in a startup, fine, for a few months only. The panel might want to understand, explore your understanding of that business, that sector, and that can positively impact your evaluation in the interview. Fine. So irrespective of what it is, please fill that experience in the application form, upload the requested documents in the profile detail form. Right?
But can I add
Sure,
to your
Pavanji.
point?
Yes.
So I would request all the prospective candidates to not worry about their work experience, whether it would be counted or not. I would rather encourage them to write whatever experience that they have in the
Correct.
application. You never know what would work for them and what would not. So it is always recommended for them to write whatever experience that they have, even if they have experience in their family startup or a family company, whether it's registered or not, leave it to us. You, as a candidate, fill whatever experience that you have.
I mean,
Right?
what's the fun of saving a few minutes in filling the application form when you're talking of your career spanning next 35, 40 years? Correct?
Yes, sir. So one specific question for Mr. Kumar. How many seats are there in PGDM Logistics and Supply Chain Management?
Currently, we are operating with a 30 number batch. for both PGDM Information Technology and PGDM Logistics and Supply Chain Management. So 30 is the number.
Okay, sir. So next question is for Mr. Jasbir, sir. So can you please highlight how the Nagpur campus is providing an environment for the internships and how can students relate to that?
Uh, Internships are given by there is a placement department, so which we call placecom. So ultimately, as the final placement is done by that particular department, where the students of course are also actively engaged. Similarly, SIPs are also provided by that department only. So the only thing is whenever the companies come and it matches your interest, you should apply and get through the interview process. So that's the simple process. I mean, the companies will come to the campus and interview the students, and you perform to the best of your abilities.
So one more question, one last question. Does IMT accept profile-based admissions?
Is the question to me or to, general?
Anyone can answer. It's a
Let me
general
take this.
question.
Let me take
Yeah,
this.
yeah, sure.
So please, when we talk of profile based, we do assign value. We do value only one parameter in the profile, that is experience. Fine. Remember, if you are working for an organization which is outstanding or a role which is very unique, please mention, and then we'll see what we do. Fine. My point is, when we say please share your work experience in detail, in all honesty, because yes, we do encourage, we do look forward to exceptional profiles based only on a single criteria called quality of experience. Okay.
Virendra sir, one more question for you. One candidate has a WorkX and international WorkX, and he has some payslips and offer letter. So he has a question: do we have to provide reference of the manager and any other details, and will it be counted?
See, work experience is work experience. International experience is more than welcome. And when it comes to the reference, I think I don't think we need references at the application stage, but at a subsequent stage, we may ask for it. And of course, don't worry, we don't want the person to fly to India and talk about you. Emails can, are a good enough method to interact or contact someone. Fine. But I think in most cases, documents serve the purpose. Fine. So you have salary slips, appointment letters, and all those things. I think in your PD form, the person can simply upload and then we see what to do with that. Okay.
So, okay.
Yes, Nayan, do we have any more questions?
Yes, sir. Just one more question. Does IMT reopens its last date after that, or it's the twin last date?
No, no, no. What happens is the application form closes on 31st. After that, we only give you a chance to fill in your ZAT scores. So that's basically an updation that is allowed. Fine. So you can make corrections. So please do not look beyond any date other than 21st of November. Fine. This should be very clear.
One more question. Are CMAT scores accepted this year? Like last year, it was not accepted.
IMT Ghaziabad has never accepted CMAT scores. IMT Hyderabad is also not accepting CMAT scores. I think Professor Matharu might want to talk about Nagpur because they have now this time kept the benchmark very high. Professor Matharu,
Yes,
over
so
to you.
that Nagpur takes CMAT scores, and we have increased the cutoff. And last year we had a higher cutoff, so we stopped at 95 percentile. So this year at the moment it seems like that could be the possible cutoff, but definitely yes, we accept CMAT scores this time.
Nayan, you're muted.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, Arvind, sir, one more question for you. What initiatives do IMT Ghaziabad take to ensure diversity?
So see, diversity is in terms of multiple parameters and gender diversity. So we want more girls. I think in your batch only we have practically 40% or 37% girls. Fine. And we have done this by not compromising on merit, but by uh, giving scholarship. So 25% off on academic fee is one thing. When girls appear and they do their ROI calculation, they feel that their cost of doing a PGDM at IMT Ghaziabad is less compared to what they do in other places. That's one thing. There's a regional diversity. Fine. So we actually want more and more students uh, from outside the North Zone or Delhi NCR region. We have been successful. In fact, I'm glad to share that last year, I mean, your batch, the percentage of people coming from Western India and Southern India has gone up significantly. And if you recall, we have specifically focused on these regions. We have interview centers in Mumbai, Nagpur, Indore, fine, Ahmedabad. We have opened a new center in Kochi, Bangalore. We do not want students from these regions to miss out on being a part of admission process simply because the location is far off. So we are focusing primarily on gender, regional diversity, and if we take care of these two, I think that's good enough for us.
Thank you so much, sir. So, as we conclude this insightful webinar, we would like to extend a heartfelt gratitude to all our esteemed panelists for sharing their valuable time and knowledge with us today. Your insights into the admission process, the skills needed for our PGDM program, and the perspectiveness on the various courses IMT offers have truly been enlightening. We also thank our audience for their active participation and engagement. The uh, as Arvinder Singh said, IMT never sleeps. We are always here for your queries and questions.
Thank you very much, Nayan and Sharmishta. I say IMT never sleeps, but you should find some time to have at least a nap. Fine?
Yeah, sure,
Because you
sir.
have to take care of your health as you go along in this program.
Sure, sir.
Fine?
Thank you. Thanks a lot,
Thank you very much.
the audience and Nayan and Sarmishta in particular. And thanks my colleagues from other campuses. Take care.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you,
Thanks,
everybody.
everyone.
Yeah, thanks, everybody. Thanks.